This is Eric E.Q. Young, and you're listening to The Break It Down Show.
And now, The Break It Down Show with John and Pete.
Yes, you are, and this is a special episode with EQ, although I know I've been chasing you around, man. You're a busy dude.
Oh, man. I've been running, trying to grind with my music. I thank you for coming to my last show. I saw you out there. I saw you leave, too.
Man, you know what? I didn't mean to leave, but, I brought my lady with me. This might be a little TMI, but I brought my lady with me, man. And you know what happens when you bring your lady to an EQ show? She starts nudging you, going, "We gotta go home now." And I'm like, "Maybe I just want to talk to." No, we gotta go home now. And I was like, "Oh, okay, okay. Well, we're going home then." So, man, it was a beautiful show. You know, man. Anytime you're showcasing your wares, romance is in the air.
Oh, yeah, man, because I believe in relationships and, just how the music, goes with the emotions of how one is feeling. You might be mad, you might be sad or in love, happy, but the music will take you there emotionally, definitely.
Yeah, man. So we're also here today to talk about a show you got upcoming real fast here on June 6th.
June 6th, yes. I got a call from DJ Pam the Funktress. She's a DJ for KBLX, and she was working with Prince for his last few months of his tour he was doing on the solo tour. And she was hired to be the after-party DJ. So she gave me a call a few days ago, early in the morning, and it just went to voicemail, but she left a message and said, "I'm throwing a big birthday party celebration June 6th. Would you like to play?" And of course, I was honored to play and just to be a part of the whole celebration of Prince.
So it's a celebration of Prince's birthday. It's at Slim's,
Yes.
Monday night, June 6th. And let me tell you, this is the entertainment bargain of the century, too, because I saw tickets were $10. Is that
$10 to see EQ, yes.
Come on, man.
That's a beautiful thing.
Well, it's not just that, but to see EQ in the funkiest of funk environments, man, you guys are going to be doing a bunch of Prince tunes, I'm sure. It's a Prince tribute, so you're going to be funk. His career and all that it touched in the enormous length of time that he gave us. Let's see, he passed away at age 57. He was signed to Warner Brothers at age 18, so he gave us 39 years.
39 years. I remember watching Prince. At first, I was a big Michael Jackson fan, but then Prince came out, and man, I was just starting to get into the guitar and the bass. So he was the ultimate performer. He did everything. He played, sing, dance, entertain you. So that's my idea of an entertainer / musician. He's complete entertainer.
Yeah, complete entertainer, complete performer, complete recording artist, writer. And for many of those 39 years that he gave us, he came to the Bay Area to find his band.
Came to the Bay Area and took many musicians from here. Actually, cats I started out with, my first guitar instructor was his guitarist, Miko Weaver from Berkeley, California. So I used to hang around his band, and he showed me all these licks. So Prince took a lot of licks from the Bay Area, And actually another high school friend of mine, his name is Levi Caesar, went on to play bass and guitar with Prince. So, and just to see that, that he loved the sound of the Bay, there was plenty of musicians to choose from as well.
If you look back at the chronology, I believe it was Sign of the Times when Miko Weaver was Prince's guitar player and Levi Caesar was Prince's bass player.
Yeah.
So for the ensuing few years after Miko left, Levi took over guitar duties.
He sure did. That was how versatile he was. Levi played every instrument, just like Prince. So many of us do play other instruments. I play bass, but I do play guitar, drums, and keyboard as well. So it was just a thing to do growing up in that era of the late 70s. We all studied and did our homework, and we tried to play more than one instrument, and it really pays off later. I'm self-taught, so my love of music was just pure love. I just wanted to learn, so I was a look and learn type of artist.
Well, and Prince was a catalyst for the spirit that you talk about of multi-instrumentalists, where, he also came forth for those of us who grew up playing music at a time when playing all of the instruments became like an accessible thing. We're the generation that said, hey, step aside, let me show you how this is done.
That's right.
And now you and I have played together, and I know that it was always a dangerous thing, because if I didn't stay in that pocket, you could go, hey, no, man, you're not playing the right, hand me those sticks.
That's right.
And, that really pushed all of us to be a little better, to be a little more considerate of our fellow musicians, and to understand that, hey, man, we're all trying to do a thing here. And if we step out of line.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell, because everybody has a part to play. It's just a puzzle. Music, making it together, you have to play together. So definitely, the drums and the bass are number one that must click. But just listening to each other helps out for a musician if they want to get into a band. So you have to listen to each and every player that's involved.
So let's talk about this gig coming up. And then I want to talk about the other things that you are up to musically, because there's a lot. The gig coming up, again, is the Prince tribute. It's a celebration of Prince's birthday. It takes place on June 6th at Slim's. Tickets are $10. Where can people go to get tickets?
They could go online, and also there's an Everbright link that's on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and everything, Instagram. There's a link where you can call Slim's, or just go online and get your tickets. I'm sure it's going to sell out fast.
It's going to sell out fast, because it is the entertainment bargain of the year, of the week. And here's why: because you have people joining you in the lineup who have played with Prince. I saw Eddie M was on the lineup.
Yes, Eddie M. Man, I mean, I got the invitation, then I just put it out there. Then Eddie M, he offered his services. He said, man, I want to play with you, dude. I said, man, I'll be honored. You were with the man, and I got Juan Escovedo, who also played with Prince, and Sheila's brother.
Yeah.
And so, man, I invited a few more, so it's going to be some surprises coming out. But right there, I do have the nucleus of the players. My keyboard players, they play for Larry Graham Central Station. So, they worked with Prince for the past 5 years. So they got to know him and how wonderful guy he was. I never really got to meet Prince, but actually one encounter that was backstage. I want to say 6 years ago at the Oracle, Larry Graham was opening up for Prince, and I was backstage as Larry's guest, and had the opportunity to meet Prince. So that was my only time.
I was at that show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that
was Prince,
great.
Larry Graham, Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
I was there. I didn't know you were there. I was not backstage. And I was not a guest of Larry Graham, but you and Larry Graham have also had a connection for several years.
Several years. My first meeting with Larry, I played for his sister's wedding. I was just getting into the bass, 16 years old, and he was in the audience, and from there on, we got to know each other. He invited me down to his house in L.A. Then we always stayed in touch. And then I moved to Japan, like 94. We did a compilation over there in Japan. And his latest band that's working right now, Graham Central Station, I had the honor of subbing for Larry. He pretty much just watched rehearsal on Skype, and while I rehearsed his band, it was an honor to play his music.
So you worked out Graham Central Station.
Yes.
In the place of Larry Graham while he Skyped in and MD'd from afar.
Yes.
But he needed a stand-in, and he said, I know who I get.
Yeah.
I get EQ.
Yeah.
Those of us who know you and are familiar with your playing know that you were exactly the right call.
Oh, man. I'm still humbled by it and just honored that, he pretty much verbalized in front of his fans in San Francisco, Yoshi's saying his favorite bass son was me. So, man, do you know how I felt like a kid in the candy store that day? So it was just an honor. And, he's a friend, and I know he's going through the mourning of losing of a good friend, Prince, because they were like brothers up there in Minnesota.
Prince credits him with changing his life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Larry's, he's been a Jehovah's Witness for a long time, and yeah, he definitely helped Prince along the way spiritually. So yeah, he was definitely involved with that.
I'm sure spiritually, emotionally. I mean, Prince was going through a rough last several years, and when Larry came along, he helped guide him through that, helped him see his path. I hear he has a swear jar that he kept around, and that if you swore in his presence, he'd make you contribute to the swear jar. And if you were somebody notable who he knew had some money, he'd say, no, come on, reach a little deeper in your pocket than that. And I don't know what he was doing with that swear jar money. I'm sure he's doing something charitable and wonderful. Yeah. It's all coming out now, all the charitable things that Prince quietly did.
And that's how it is. Even, you know, Jehovah's Witnesses have their beliefs, but still, when you do something for other, it's a blessing. But so you don't want to brag about it. Just let it be. It'll eventually come out.
I'm just going to say, too, that we are at this Marysville Boulevard Park. It's where we're doing this podcast. And this is where you come out. You just bring an acoustic bass out.
Yeah.
And you just play for people.
I just play for the people. There'll be a lot of elders sitting at the park, a lot of retirees. And also, there's a few kids that come up here. I like to introduce them just to music. So I do teach a few kids around here. I come up here on my off days and just to see who's hanging out. And they have a community center here, and we go inside, and I just try to help them along instead of that street life. There's so much going on. We need more teachers and more just volunteers to get involved with our community.
Just to show a young person around that, hey, man, there's interesting stuff to do. There's things you can apply yourself to that are positive things, and that there's fulfillment in it.
Yeah. Yes, the fulfillment. Because I never dreamed I would be touring the world playing a guitar.
Hey, this is John Leon Guerrero.
Hey, and this is Pete Turner.
And if you like the show,
do us a favor.
Yeah, share it.
That's the biggest thing, honestly.
All your social media outlets, all your friends, let them know the ones that you like.
Yeah. I mean, we make this show for you guys. If you think it's great, say so. Say so by sharing it. Say so by putting a comment in after the show.
Also, if you go to iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you listen to podcasts, give us a rating. Give us a review. If you think the show is great, please give us 5 stars and say so. And if you think the show really sucks, please give us 5 stars and say so.
Because, heck, we're listening.
That's right.
You can't be more approachable than us. We want to make the show better. If there's something that we're missing, let us know. That really is how you help us.
That's right. Tell us all about it. Thanks for listening.
And now back to the show.
That was my dream, ever since 10th grade. It was the tour. So my first gig, 18, living in Hawaii. So
who were you playing with at the time?
This band actually from Sacramento. They were called Phase 2. And I met Jerry Martini, the saxophone player for
Sly and the Family Stone.
Sly and the Family Stone. He was a booking agent at the time. So they needed a bass player. And so I credited Jerry Martini, Sly's Family Stone, just the whole clique, how everything
it just fell into place.
Because I just, it's kind of under wrap, but I might as well say it. Sly is getting ready to start working, and I'm going to be the bass player for Sly as well.
Is that true?
So true. Yeah.
Man, you know what? This episode that we're recording right now will be our 90th episode.
Oh, wow.
Our interview with Sly that we did about a year ago, and that you contributed to, you sent me some sound files just talking about his influence on you. We are compiling all of the sound files that we've gotten from our friends and doing that tribute show to Sly, including the interview that we got from him about a year ago. That will be our 100th episode.
Wow, that's going to be beautiful. Yeah, I got a call from his sister, Vet Stone, and Sly is excited. He's ready to do it. And, man, we're just putting it all together. We got a few agents booking dates already, but we just want to have everything laid out right. The band, they pretty much chosen the band already, but they definitely wanted me for as the bassist. So it's all good. I can't wait.
My connection to Sly is Corey Jacobs. I know he's been working with Sly on and off, and with Sly and George both. On and off for the last several years, and he was the catalyst for him doing the interview with us, which is the first and only interview that I know of that he's done in many years. So we were very honored that he would just give us the time of day. It required us going down there, meeting with Sly, and we just spent a day with him. And then at the end of that day, he agreed. Yeah, okay, I'll talk to you guys, and you can hit the record button.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
yeah.
so I know what you mean, man. It's such an honor just to have him choose you to be in his presence, because people have forgotten what an amazing talent he is.
Amazing. And still timeless music. You know, other cover bands play his music, but man, they can't wait. You know, they can't wait. I can't wait, you know, just to see him out there. I mean, why not? You know, why not? His music is timeless and beautiful and always have a message in it, you know. So I'm looking forward to playing. Plus, you know, it's all Larry Graham bass part. So
yeah,
I can't wait for that.
Man. So let's talk about your day job, man, with Funk Shun.
Yeah, man, Funk Shun. We just got back off. We went to Japan for a week, and we just got off a Caribbean cruise for a week.
Well, that cruise was something else.
Oh, Tom Joyner cruise. Yeah, I was able to play with, man, let's see, 5 different artists I played.
Hold on a minute. So you went out there with Funk Shun, and this is hilarious for me because I saw you post up that it was a cruise that had such an enormous lineup. I mean, there's so many acts.
Every day was entertainment, concerts. There was gospel early in the morning to, they start their last concert 2 in the morning.
Wow. And it seemed like everybody, it was, here's this act and this act and this act, and it was just a long list of people, and everybody had EQ on the bass.
I had a ball. I played with rappers, Too Short, Scarface,
man,
R&B singer Tony Terry, Glenn Jones, Dazz Band. I played for them, and I backed up Michael Cooper when he did his solo show. So I had a ball.
You were busy.
I was busy.
That's a man who doesn't have a whole lot of time for the buffet line on the cruise because he's got to be plugged in. And when he's not playing, he's sound checking with the next act.
Correct.
Man, I saw another friend of our show, Drez from Black Sheep. He was on the cruise.
Yeah. There was so many on entertainment. Anybody you could think of, if you just turned around, you probably saw him.
Yeah. I mean, he was posting pictures and you were posting pictures, and I was like, wait, these two are on the opposite side of the same boat.
Right. And I didn't see him. You're right.
You played with Too Short, you played with Scarface, and he had pictures of him with Too Short and Scarface.
Wow.
So, you know, maybe they jumped in on his set.
Yeah,
and you were
maybe
playing
so.
on their sets. But it was a crazy event, huh?
Yeah, it was, man, they do it every year. It's a party for a purpose because there's donations are going to a lot of the black colleges in the South. So they do it every year. They sell out the cruise, and it'll be over 5,000-6,000 people every year. And actually, we're going back next year. We've been invited already.
Man, that seems like a bargain because there are so many. I mean, that's a lot of entertainment for one cruise.
Yes.
And you go on one cruise and you get to be among 5,000 or 6,000 people. Now, 5,000 or 6,000 people is a lot of people, but when you think about it, if you go to the Oakland Coliseum, you know, the last time I saw you with Funk Shun was at the Alameda County Fair, and there was easily 6,000 people just around me in the crowd. So that's like being at that event for like 5 days in a row.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait because we pretty much play at Alameda every year, and actually we're gonna be there around my birthday time, so it's gonna be a celebration of my birthday along with, man, this is my favorite venue, is the Alameda Fair, because I've been around the world, but honestly, this is my favorite venue. When I look out in the crowd, it's a rainbow of colors, and the love that the Bay Area shows is unreal. This is my favorite joint in the whole world.
So you like playing the Alameda County Fair better than Vallejo? Come on, man.
I do. I have to be. I don't want to lie, but yes, it's just, man, it's just unreal feeling. I'm telling you, I've been on big stages, 20,000, 30,000 people to the 6,000, 7,000, but just the love. It's just a feeling, and really, and the band knows it's my favorite venue, so it tops it off that it's my birthday this time.
Man, and the performance is on your on your birthday, or
It's a day after, so it's June 18th.
Okay.
So it'll be on a Saturday. We start at 8:00. Yeah.
So go check that out. Actually, we're going to link, if you got to the show through iTunes or Stitcher or another podcast app, go to our website, breakitdownshow.com, look up Eric's episode that you're listening to now. And if you look at our website, you will see links to all of these events. So you can buy tickets and come out and join all the Funketeers at every one of these events. But the one coming up the fastest is the Prince birthday party celebration at Slim's. Tickets are $10.
$10. You can't beat it. Remind me of high school days of me wanting to be a musician. And man, $10. Man, Mom, can I have $10 to go to the concert?
I'm going to go see Cameo at the Circle Star.
Right. But man, yeah, please come out. It's going to be a celebration. I'm going to play at least 2 hours of Prince stuff. So,
and good gracious, Eddie M on the sax.
Eddie M.
Juan on percussion.
Killing. Yes. Oh my goodness. Nothing but funk.
We don't know who else may wander in.
Correct.
Who's playing the drums?
This guy named Tony Providence. Very good drummer. Actually, he worked with Fink from Prince's band. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So, if everybody comes out to that event, you know, Slim's is a great place. It sounds great in there. It's a great place to see a show. And then later on in June, come out to the Alameda County Fair, which is in the fairgrounds in Pleasanton. Pleasanton's beautiful. The Alameda Fairgrounds are beautiful. Your admission ticket to see Confunction with EQ on the bass is inclusive of the entire fair experience. So you can wander around, get a big old funnel cake.
Oh yeah, cotton candy, pink popcorn.
That's right, all of it. It all comes with the ticket.
That's right.
Alameda County Fair is terrific. That venue is great. That amphitheater sounds magnificent.
Beautiful amphitheater, yes. So please come out June 18th. The show starts at 8:00.
Not a bad seat in the house, but spend all day, because this is what you do at the Alameda County Fair. You go, you get your pink popcorn,
That's
your cotton
right.
candy, eat bad all day. Man, I'm a vegan, and I'm going to go out there that day, and I'm going to be terrible on myself.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go out there, spend a good portion of the afternoon wandering around, checking out all the events around there and all the stuff there is to see around the Alameda County Fair. Crowd is always great.
Crowd is always great. You know, we're coming in from Chicago the night before, so we're going to be rushing to get there, you know, with the Bay Area traffic. So we'll get there in time.
You know what I love about seeing Confunction at the Alameda County Fair? Now, I prefer the Solano County Fair because I'm from Vallejo, and so is Confunction, so I just have to say that.
Right.
But the Alameda County Fair is, the Confunction line starts early in the day.
Yes.
You got to get provisions and food and lots to drink because it's hot in Pleasanton. And you got to get in that line nice and early if you want a good seat. Now, there's really not a bad seat in the house, even if you're sitting in the back row.
It's not a bad seat, but people do line up. I'm amazed every time because I watch, and actually I go out to the line and I just kind of mingle with them and, you know, take pictures because I appreciate them standing in that hot sun.
And I know you see the usuals.
Yeah, a lot of you know, familiar faces, but always new faces because they tell a friend.
Well, this is what happens because the usuals get in the line, and you can tell them they're usual because they got all their Confunction gear on.
Right.
They're all dudded up, and they have provisions for waiting in line. Like they got the fold-out chair.
Exactly.
They're comfortable. They're going to spend that time because they want to get in those front rows. And then they make friends.
They make friends and they meet again the following year. It's a beautiful thing. That's what I tell you.
It's a great sense of community.
A lot of love in that house. Yeah.
So come out and see that. Where else have you guys? Now you guys have been all over the place lately, but how is your summer shaping up? Where do you head off after Pleasanton?
Confunction is pretty much booked for the rest of the year. You go check out our website, confunctionusa.com, for our schedule, but right now we're booked until New Year's Eve, and I got a few dates every month in between some of the off weekends. Actually, my next day, July 16th, in Elk Grove, I'm doing my own EQ show. Then, actually, I'm playing for the Raiders again. The Raiders home opener, September 17th. I'll give you more information, John.
Wow. So, man, come check EQ out. And if you come to the Sholo show, bring your lady.
Yeah, bring your lady or not.
You get a positive outcome if you bring your lady. Now, if you don't bring your lady, then come solo because there'll be other ladies there, and I'm sure they will be affected by the EQ vibe.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have so much fun. I'm planning my show already in my head. I have rehearsal this Sunday, but man, 2 hours of Prince, it's like playing 2 hours of Larry Graham for me. It's just an honor.
What else might we expect from you? I know that you have those shows coming up. Your summer's booked, the rest of the year booked with Funk Shun. You have Sly shows to look forward to when he gets warmed up and ready, and we cannot wait for those.
Yes.
Man, I feel like I can't even ask you, like, what else you're doing. What else do you have time to do?
Oh, man, I'm always writing music. I'm always trying to produce and help others. Really, I'm trying to just stay in touch with the community for his kids, because I just see a lot of just bad, and we need something to encourage these kids. So that's why I'm walking around and helping kids, whether they want to play guitar or bass, I'm there for them. So that's where I'm at right now, just trying to help out the youth.
I enjoy seeing your family at shows, too. You bring your family out, put them to work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everybody gets on Team EQ and starts grinding because they're proud of me and they see that I never gave up. And that's the key, not giving up, just believing in yourself.
Well, we are in Sacramento, California right now, taping this show. And like I said, we're going to have links to everything. But I urge everybody who's listening, there are bass brethren in our show roster who have done the show as well. Our very first guest on the Break It Down show was James Early.
Yeah, good friend, man. Humble guy and just plenty of knowledge and wisdom. I love that dude. I can't wait to work with him.
Yeah, great dude. Dave Agent,
yeah, another bassist I grew up watching and said, man, this guy got a lot of fire. And so I love that. That would inspire me. A lot of cats like that growing up, it just had that energy and just bounced around that bass. I miss Dave. Yeah.
And by all means, go back and listen to the episode that we did with the great Felton Pilot.
Oh, yeah. Felton Pilot, man. Been a big brother for 22, almost 23 years now for me, Funk Shun. We're still working, and it's so much fun. Every song I get to play with them is a hit. So
that's true. It's amazing how he's been a big brother to all of Bay Area music for decades.
Yeah. Just helping. And he's still that way. He loves helping and teaching you about the latest technology. He's so ahead of our time.
He is way up and ahead on all of the technology, man, and has always been.
Always been, yes.
And he is also one of the guys who, we've interviewed people from the Bay Area music scene from far and wide, and, it's funny, their common thread, it doesn't surprise me anymore, but it used to. And it's on several of our shows where somebody even unexpectedly would say, and then everything changed when I met Felton Pilot. So
yeah, man, he does. Man, he bring a lot of magic, and he's a good teacher. He'll make you really understand the process. And that's what I love about working with him. He taught me a lot about just harmonies and just certain way you deliver certain notes for his singing. So I learned a lot from him.
Well, we are out here in this park, and I see that you are carrying the torch just by spreading the love, man, and the funk. And I appreciate you. So everybody take a look at the links, click on them, go to the shows. You will absolutely not be disappointed. And like I said, if you go to the EQ show and you bring your lady, it's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a good night. You're going to have a great night. Bring a pocket full of money because she's going to eat later.
Man, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for coming up here to SAC to where I like to give back. Thank you.
EQ, ladies and gentlemen.